I have been breeding white schnauzers to a red poodle for many years now, and we have always come up with apricot schnoodles. This was the first time that one of my white schnauzers produced a whole variety of colors, and my customers were very interested in as to how that occurred. So I'm going to do this video today to explain the genetics of color and how it was that this particular white girl was able to throw such a variety of schnoodle colors. I'm going to explain to you how the dog coat color works. First of all, as you all know, every living creature is made up of billions of cells. And inside the cell is the nucleus, and the nucleus is packed full of DNA. And the DNA is packed full of chromosomes. We get half our chromosomes from the mother and half the chromosomes from the father. And on each DNA is going to be a portion where you got your gene for various traits. All the traits that make up of a living creature. So for a dog, it'd be the eyes, the coat, the kind of coat, the color, the size of the dog. Every particular aspect of the dog is going to be blueprinted in the DNA. So each gene is found on a specific place on the chromosome. And this graphic here represents the chromosome. And this is the place where we're going to say the color gene is located. So we get one color gene from the mom and one color gene from the dad. And right now, I'm going to talk about the E color gene. The large E represents a dominant trait, or a large letter, whatever trait you're talking about, but the capital is always the dominant trait, and the small lowercase represents a recessive trait. Hopefully you can see that. Now, if you get two big E's, then that would be two dominant traits. If you have two little e's, that would be two recessive traits. If the mother contributes the large E and the dad contributes the little e, then the big E wins and dominates over the recessive trait. And the recessive trait isn't going to be seen, though it's still present. So whenever you have a dominant with a recessive, the dominant trait is going to win out, so to speak, or be expressed. So in this case, the E represents the expression of color. So I always see it like if you get a double E, which is recessive, then there is no expression of color. Almost like a sheet is thrown over top of the dog, and all the colors genes that are inside the dog's genetic codes are not going to be seen because the double E covers it. And the sheet is not always white. Sometimes it's red. That gene is the same. It can be anywhere from red to apricot to white. So just like these dogs, our schnoodles can come out as white or red and every apricot in between. And again, that's because they have the double E recessive gene that covers any color. And with Honey, she has the capital E, which means that color is expressed. So Cooper has the double E recessive gene, which allows him to be red, and all my other girls also have the double E recessive gene, which allows them to be white. On the other hand, Honey is big E, little e. So why wasn't Honey a dark color? Why does she look white? Well, actually, Honey is a sable. So when Honey was a puppy, she had that black tipped fur, and she had a lot of black on her muzzle and her ears and on her coat, and over time it faded to where she is white or looks white. But again, she does carry that sable, which is from that big E gene. So the puppy that I'm showing you now is one of Honey's puppies, and I do sometimes wonder if Honey looked like this when she was a puppy. I did not see Honey as a puppy, so I don't really know what she looked like, but when I saw this puppy, I wondered if Honey looked like this. And if you look close at Honey's fur, you can see lots of little black furs that are intermixed with the white. And when we shave her down, we can't really see it so much, but it's there present on her ears and beard, especially as they grow out. So Honey's coloring is sable with an undercoat of the red gene. And these are the newborn puppies that Honey had. And as you see, there's apricot on one end, and then there's some sables in there. And then these black looking ones are actually the phantoms. And that's because some of them carry that big E, which allows for the color to be expressed. See, they are the little phantom puppy with the pattern showing up. So my discussion really just scratches the very surface of color genetics in dogs, because there are so many color codes that you can find on a dog's DNA that represent various aspects of coloring, whether it be the markings or the mask or just spotting. They're all different codes, and it's fun to kind of look into a dog's DNA and see all that it carries. But with this litter, I just wanted to show you why colors even showed up at all. And so this is a video of when Honey's first puppy was born, the little phantom puppy. And the dad of this litter is the Red Miniature Poodle Cooper. I hope you enjoyed watching the explanation of the color genetics of this litter. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.